Stop pulling down on your mouse when you're taking shots. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, I gotta counter the recoil. Well, in certain weapons such as the Sheriff, this could actually be working against you. You see, when we pull down on our shots, we actually create an aim issue called the U-shaped aiming pattern. You'll notice this a lot at longer range shots. If you have this aiming problem, let me know in the comments, and I hope this video helps. When you're under stress, you do this U-shaped thing with your crosshair. As soon as they peek you, watch this, you drop down to their crotch. See? And then you have to aim upwards. You flick upwards. Flick upwards, flick upwards, flick upwards, flick upwards.
You know, out of 100 fights, I'll do it 70 times.
Yeah. Flick upwards. Down low, flick upwards. Down low, flick upwards. You'll be at head level and you're like, okay, I'm ready by putting down at the crotch, and then you start flicking upwards. You're like here, and then like adjust down, adjust up, adjust down, adjust up. The other thing that can cause it is if you spray a lot. You notice how my crosshair shoots down? Like that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
You have to counter it. So if you're bursting a lot, that tends to be a reason why people will end up having this whole like swing down, especially at longer ranges. So we see it with the Sheriff because it happens a lot with the Sheriff. Right? People try to pull down on their shot and it ends up dropping them here. Whereas you can just keep it here. You don't have to pull down. Right? So don't pull down on your mouse when you're doing your Sheriff shots. And then it's just the timing. So watch. I'm going to pull down. There it is. Okay? And then you end up flicking upwards, right? And the only time that I will pull down is when I'm doing a spray, right? Where I'm doing a burst. And if I'm doing a burst like this, I have to wait a few seconds. So watch the animation of the gun here real quick. The animation of the gun tells you a lot. When it's stationary like this, that means you can shoot accurately, okay? When it's moving, see how it's dropping back to that stationary position? I can't shoot again. So if I go here, and then shoot again, shoot again, shoot again, shoot again, shoot again, it just shoots up like crazy, right? If you're gonna pull in or do pull downs as well, that's what it's gonna look like. Your crosshair is gonna keep going down. So that means you'll have to go back up, back up, back up. And you're constantly doing this battle where you're adjusting up and down, okay? So I think that the key here is I don't pull down when I'm doing the Sheriff, and when I'm tapping shots with the Vandal, I'm not pulling down either. I'm just literally just going across there. And the only time I'm doing it is if I'm going into a spray, in which case I have to wait for the gun to fully reset for be able to shoot again. A way of measuring the reset is watch my bullets. As soon as my crosshair goes to the first bullet, I'm ready to go again. See? Now, if I do it where I start here on the second burst,
yeah, it just feels
right? Now I'll do it with a pull down. Right? I haven't allowed the gun to reset to its normal position. Now I'll do it with a pull down properly. I'm actually adjusting upward to counter the drop down that I've done. As soon as I pull down, it goes down like that. So it forces me to do this to fix upwards, right? See that? Now I gotta fix upwards. Whereas if I'm tapping, I don't have to worry about that drop. That's why it's like 1 to 2 bullet bursts are like usually the key, right? Two things I've felt that helps, obviously repetitions, you need to be aware that it's happening. And the second one is I would aim for the top of the head. So aim higher than you think. I find that helps a lot. If you aim for the forehead, that tends to fix things a little bit. And then the other piece is like your Y-axis aiming should be like minimal. You shouldn't be flicking up or down at all. So you just gotta keep it on one playing field. You just gotta keep it there. Do not bring it down. Do not bring it down. Do not bring it down. Like, you have to tell yourself that. The only times you bring it down is when they're on an elevation and it changes, right? And this is like a small adjustment. You're never flicking up or down. See? But it's funny because you're on them and then you go down to their crotch for a crotch shot. See that? And then you go upwards. You got a fixation, man. I don't know if you like that fixation. That's totally fine. If you like that, that's cool. I don't know, but for me, I just try to keep giving them head. You know what I'm saying? Just keep giving them head.
When I look at it, it looks like so stupid. You just have the head, you just go down and come back up. Like,
Yeah, you got confused with what head you're aiming for, man. I get it. I understand. If you want to give them head, give them the better head. That's what I'm going to say with that. This one's a peeking issue more so though.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I'm on his feet actually.
yeah, you're at crotch level again. You're aiming upwards. But like, you didn't know exactly where the head level was, but I think it's because you weren't looking at your mini map. That's what it was. So right now you should be looking at your mini map, so you see exactly where they are, and then the rest of it's just basically math of your experience peeking out and knowing where the angle is. So a part of this issue is going to be like what we just talked about with you practicing peeking the angles over and over again. You know, on short, it's like, okay, so where's head level for here? Head level for here is like right here, okay? Head level for here is right here, right? Head level for here is right here. I know this just by like feel of playing the game. So you'll get that over time, but you also get it from like you going through and practicing peeking the thing. One of the ways that I like to do that is I go into Yoru, and then I have Yoru's clone go right down. And now I can see physically where the head levels are. And I can train it. Oh, perfect. There it is, right? Perfect. There it is. So let me see where this head level is, because I just did the whole thing. I pretty much had it all bang on, right?
Yeah.
There we go. There's our head level. Okay? And now you can practice these things.
Here I just did it already, so.
You know what else might be causing this, man? Aim labs. Another theory that could be going on is that you identify that this is the dot, like you would in aim labs. And then aim labs teaches you to flick towards the dot. To flick the dot.
Yes.
So you might be doing a routine that's forcing you to flick onto that head as opposed to just walking out and shooting them. Are you doing a lot of like grid shot and stuff like that?
No, I used to, but that's a good shot is the one something that I can never crack. I always just lag way behind in good shot. I just follow the same routine of like this Demon 1 aim routine, I guess. If you have any aim routine, I'll just follow that.
I am one of those coaches that's firmly against aim labs. Like it's
Okay.
like in my branding. It's in my branding. Why? Because for, you know, all of my time competing, we never had these programs. The programs came after or towards the end of my career when I was competing. We just learned by playing the game. We learned by peeking each other a whole bunch. We learned by scrimming a ton, and it works just fine. I don't like, personally, having to look for an outside source or a different game to improve a game that I want to get better at. This is the first one. You put the wall up like this. You peek in and out. Okay? That's what we want it to look like. You can even do like a jiggle peek and then confirm it and then go into it and peek it and kill it, right? Jiggle peek it, there it is. Then go out and peek it, jiggle peek, go out, jiggle peek it, go out. Or you can just go around like that and just keep moving and stopping and shooting and all that good stuff. We're going to give you a little bit of a fun one. I'm going to invent this as I go based on what I see. And this is what I used to do all the time. Anytime I found an error with myself, I'd be like, okay, so how can I make this better? Okay, you're going to track and trace, track and trace, track and trace, track and trace. Okay, and you're just going to be in this spot. It's always head. It's always head. Track and trace, track and trace, track and trace, track and trace. You can change elevations. Track and trace, track and trace, track and trace. You can set up pings on the wall and focus on getting as many bullets out in bursts to those areas. Okay, it's always on that spot. You're always aiming for the ping. You don't want to be below it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you have ping sprays. You can do this with taps as well if you want.